everyone, welcome to another video from Sci2K. So today I'm going to tell you one of the most important topic in developmental biology. That topic is development of C. elegans. The basic factors that involve a formation of C. elegans, and there are certain genes that triggered in development. So what are those genes? What is the role of that genes in development? Stay tuned and continue to watch this video. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe to my channel, like this video. First, let's see the development of C. elegans. Characteristic of C. elegans. What are those characteristics? Let's see. So this C. elegans is a free living soil nematode, hermaphrodite or bisexual in nature. The length is very short, which is around 1 mm long, and it is usually harmful for human being. So, and if you see the embryogenesis part, so embryogenesis is very short, approx 16 hours time, which is ideal for any particular embryologist. So this C. elegans can be used as a lab model, so because embryogenesis is very short. Okay, and second feature is sperm. So sperm doesn't contain any acrosome features or a tail feature. Then this sperm is known as amoeboid sperm because movement is similar to amoeboid structure. Okay, next is fertilization is mostly occurred at a primary 1 degree oocyte state. Next feature is, let's see, total number of cells is approx 959 in number, and the chromosome number is approx 6. Total number of genes which are present in C. elegans is 19,000. These are the very straightforward questions, and these are mostly come in P part. And this whole organism is in diploid stage, means diploid in nature. If you see the fertilization feature, so usually self-fertilization occur, but sometimes cross-fertilization also present. And the cleavage form, or we can say property of cleavage, is mostly asymmetrical, holoblastic and rotational pattern. So this is the basic feature of C. elegans. Let's see in detail how development of axis occur, what is the feature of anterior posterior polarity, dorsoventral polarity, and what are the fate of these polarity, and how the larva form in C. elegans. So let's see. Next feature that we will discuss is development of axis. Axis is important in every developmental stage of any organism. So most of the axis is anterior, posterior and dorsoventral. So what is the feature of these axes and how they work? Let's see. So generally what happens, so this unfertilized egg contain P granules, and these granules are basically ribonucleoproteins. So ribonucleoproteins RNPs are present, which is known as P granules, and also one another molecule is present as which is known as clone. Okay, so unfertilized egg have two different characteristics. One is presence of P granule and second one is pronuclei. Okay, next point is anterior posterior. How this anterior posterior defined? So anterior posterior polarity is defined by two factors. One is the position of male nuclei. So position of male pronuclei is defined the anterior posterior polarity, and second one is concentration of P granules. Okay, so these two different factors define the anterior posterior polarity. So क्या होता है? Let's see. After fertilization the cytoplasmic movement occur. Okay, so this, let's see, this is the ovum. Once it's fertilized, so cytoplasmic movement occur, and this movement create a accumulation of P granule at one side. Okay, so once the P granule accumulated, let's suppose this is the P granule. So this P granule accumulate at one particular side, and at one side, and this side you can notice this side having a presence of pronuclei also. So the presence of pronuclei and pregranule at one side will define the actually posterior or anterior. So what happened when the presence of both present at one side, this side is known as posterior. Okay, this side is known as posterior and second one is known as anterior. So you can see after fertilization, the movement of pregranule and presence of pronuclei at one side will define it as a posterior, and second one is as known as anterior. So what happened after that? Dorsoventral axis. So in this dorsoventral polarity, let's see first. So this is the fertilized ovum, and here this is the posterior part and this is anterior part. And if you see the distance between posterior and anterior, so what happened? First division occur, first cleavage occur, and in first cleavage you can easily see two different, and this cleavage is horizontal. So this is your AB cell and this is P1. Okay, so P1 is known as stem cell when first cleavage occur, and this is known as founder cell. Okay, this is known as founder cell. After first cleavage, what happened? Again there is a cleavage. Okay, so second cleavage, in second cleavage what happens? C. So this AB is divided into two different cells. One cell is known as AB dot P and AB dot A. This is AB posterior, this is AB anterior. Okay, and after this P1 is again divided into two, which this is known as P2 and this is known as EMS. Okay, so this is the division. ये एक division, this is one division, this is another division. So after second cleavage, you can see this is known as dorsal and this is known as ventral. How you define the dorsal ventral? The AB posterior present at which that side is known as dorsal, and the EMS cell present at specific site, and this side is denoted as a ventral side. Okay, complete opposite side. So in second cleavage you found 3 founder cell and 1 stem cell. EMS is stem cell. Okay, so first after first asymmetric holoblastic cleavage, the larger founder cell, this larger founder cell AB and smaller stem cells are formed. Okay, and after the second cleavage, this second cleavage is different, and the founder cell, this founder cell, okay, this AB, this founder cell divided symmetrically to provide 2 founder cells, which is AB anterior and AB posterior. Stem cells divided asymmetrically. So very important point is this division is symmetrical while this division is asymmetrical. Okay, very important point, just note down. So while the stem cells divide asymmetrically and provide P2 and EMS, so division यहाँ पर different होगा, right? Then P2 is posterior and the larger founder cell, which is EMS, comes to ventral part. Okay, so this is your posterior feature, this is anterior, dorsal and ventral. So by this way, by the localization of cells, will define the axis of whole blastocyst. Okay, so blastomere identity. So development of C. elegans is both conditional as well as autonomous. I have already told you these features. What are so the founder cells are mostly CDR type and the stem cells are AIM type. So CDR is conditional dependent regulative type, and this founder cell, this stem cell, is basically autonomous independent mosaic. So you can write it like stem cell is AIM type and the founder cell is CDR type. The main feature is what? When sperm fertilize the ovum, it divides first after first cleavage. One is AB cell and second one is P1 cell, right? So we don't know what are those factors that trigger one cell into AB form and second one is in PV form, P1 form. Okay. Then the next cleavage, second cleavage, what happened? This AB is divided again in 2 different forms, which is ABP and ABA. Okay, and the founder P1 cell is converted into P2 and EMS cell. Okay, so what happened in this P2? So P2 express particular protein which is APX1 and MOM2. So MOM2 trigger this another EMS cell, a particular protein MOM5, right? And the second one is this APX trigger ABP cells to express GLP-1 protein. Okay? So this expression is by APX1. So GLP-1 protein expressed in AVP cell. This whole cell further develop into head and neuron structure. Okay, and this AB is converted into head, neuron, and pharynx. Right. So this is converted into head, neuron, and pharynx. This P2 and EMS is another form, and these cells are further converted into endosomal structure and internal body organs. So what are those? Let's see. Let's see how volvua form in C. elegans. So generally the localization of volvua in C. elegans is midventral. It is present in midventral side, and the role of this volvua in C. elegans is generally egg laying, as well as it involved in copulation during sexual development. So the volva formation in C. elegans at larval stage, which is L4. Note it down, this is very important. L4 is important, and the L4 is a larval stage at which volva form. At this stage, what happened? One of the germ cell converted into anchor cells. Okay, so this anchor cell is important for volva formation. What happened? Let's see. See this structure. This is the larval L4 structure of C. elegans. At this stage, one of the germ cell in this gonadal form, it is converted into anchor cell, and anchor cell, beneath the anchor cell there are certain cells which is known as VPC. Okay, volva precursor cells. So how this VPC form and what are the fate of VPC? Let's see. So what happened? Below the anchor cells 11 P cells are present, and these are 11 P cells, and the normal fate of this P cells is converted into hypodimes. Okay, normal fate is hypodimes. Okay, but the anchor cell release certain factors. What are those factors? One of the factor is Lin3. So Lin3 is a type of EGF like molecule. So once this anchor cell produce Lin3, so Lin3 comes in extracellular matrix, and after coming in extracellular matrix, it's bind to just beneath the extracellular matrix there are certain P cells, and it binds to those P cells through a particular receptor. This receptor is LED4, LED23. Okay, so LED23 is present on P cell membrane. So these are the LED23 receptors. So if you can see, so this Lin3 start moving in extracellular matrix and bind to it. So maximum those cells which take maximum Lin3 and convert it into 1 degree, or we can say primary cell, and the concentration of Lin3 is present here are less this cell. So this is converted, this is known as secondary VPC. Okay, and the minimal level is present here. So this is known as tertiary VPC. So tertiary VPC, secondary VPC, and primary VPC. So the concentration of Lin will confirm the fate of these 6 cells. Okay, so what happens in these 6 cells? So volvua formed by this primary as well as secondary VPC will form the volvua, but tertiary VPC are non-volvular. Okay, tertiary VPC cannot form volvua. It can make hypodermis, which is the fate of general normal germ cells. Okay, so this is the important part with respect to Lin and LED23. One important point that I am going to tell you is only this primary and secondary will form volvua, but tertiary would have become a part of hypodermis, that I already told you. But the primary VPC inhibit the secondary VPC to convert it into primary one. Okay, and this inhibition is by a particular signaling that is known as delta naught signaling. This is the one particular primary VPC, and this is a secondary VPC. So when Lin3 comes in the picture, it triggers LED23, which is a particular receptor of Lin3. It start inducing primary features of VPC, and after primary it increase a DSL. Okay, DSL. It triggers DSL, but same time it inhibit one particular factor, that is Lin12. This factor is generally responsible for secondary VPC feature. Okay, this DSL then then bind to Lin12. This DSL is delta notch and this bind to Lin12. Lin12 then start induce secondary feature of that particular cell. Second point is Lead23, which is present on cell surface. It bind by Lin3 but lower concentration. So at lower concentration, this Lin3 bind to Lead23 start inducing primary structure, primary feature. Same here and same there. But this secondary feature inhibit this role. Okay. So here you can see inhibition of Lead23 to convert the whole cell into primary stage of VPC. So this is known as lateral inhibition. So by this way, VPCs are converted further into Volvoa. One is general points that C. elegans is this cell division is asymmetrical. That I am already told you. It is asymmetrical. Okay, cell division is present in C. elegans. The most of the genes that are present is maternal gene. One of the maternal expression gene is PAR gene. So PAR gene, which is known as partition defective gene. So this partition defective gene, homologous gene present in insect are mammals, are NUM gene. During the development of C. elegans at different larval stage, so there are different genes that are expressed and controlled by phenotypic characters. So this is stage of a different stage, larval stage, L1, L2, L3, L4 and adult. Okay. So in primary, in the very early stage, L1 stage, the L2, this red line show Lin14, one of the factor which is present at L1 stage but not present at later stage of the development. While another factor is Lin4 RNA. This Lin4 is not present at L1 stage but present at later stage of development. Next factor is Lead7 RNA. So what happened in Lead7 RNA? It is not present at L1, L2 and L3 but present at L4 stage and adult stage. So we can say Lead7 RNA. So write it down. This is very straightforward points and just note it down and keep it in mind. Last one is Lin41. This factor is present till L3 stage but not present after L4 and adult stage. Lin41. So this is the basic general points are related to C. elegans. So we will learn case study of development of C. elegans in next video. Hope you like this video. If you like it, please subscribe to my channel and comment your suggestions. You can ask me any question related to this topic on a comment box. You can also follow me on Instagram and Telegram channel. Hope you like this video. Bye bye. Keep learning. All the best for your examination.